Bermuda Triangle, section of the North Atlantic Ocean off North America, in which more than 50 ships and 20 airplanes are said to have mysteriously disappeared. It is also known as Devil's Triangle. It is roughly bounded by Miami, Puerto Rico, and Bermuda. Covers about 500,000 square miles of ocean off the southeastern tip of Florida. Navigating the Bermuda Triangle presents unique challenges, including magnetic anomalies affecting compass readings. Many ships and planes have mysteriously disappeared in Bermuda Triangle. Let's learn about top 3 mysterious disappearances. On December 28, 1948, the flight Douglas Dakota, DC to 3NC160 took off at 10:03 p.m. from San Juan Airport of Puerto Rico, heading for Miami, Florida. The aircraft carried 29 passengers and 3 crew members, while it was only 50 miles south of Florida. It sent the last message to indicate its position. Only 20 minutes to go. The flight was never seen or heard of again. Before takeoff, Lindquist informed local repair crewmen that a landing gear warning light was not functioning, and that the aircraft batteries were discharged and low on water. Unwilling to delay the aircraft's scheduled takeoff from Miami for several hours, Lindquist said the batteries would be recharged by the aircraft's generators en route. The weather was fine with high visibility, but the aircraft did not respond to subsequent calls from San Juan. Lindquist reported he was 50 miles 80 kilometers south of Miami. The transmission was not heard at Miami, but was monitored at New Orleans, Louisiana, some 600 miles away, and was relayed to Miami. Board said the pilot may have incorrectly reported his position. Nothing further was heard from Lindquist, and the aircraft has never been found. On the 4th of January 1949, 2 bodies were found 80 to 90 kilometers south of Guantanamo Bay, Cuba. It is unknown if this was connected to the missing plane. A plane similar to the DC-3 has been found by divers in the Bermuda Triangle. It is possible that this is the lost aircraft, but this has not been verified. On the 5th of December 1945, a group of 5 TBM Avenger torpedo bombers took off from the U.S. Naval Air Station, Fort Lauderdale, Florida, for a routine overwater navigational training flight. In charge of the unit was U.S. Navy Lieutenant Charles Carroll Taylor and his crew of 13 airmen, some trainee pilots. The beginning of the exercise was just that, normal. Toward the second leg of its exercise, things took a turn for the strange. On the recording, one of the student pilots was asked by a crewman for a compass reading, to which the pilot replied, "I don't know where we are. We must have gotten lost after that last turn." On the same recording, Lieutenant Taylor can be heard saying, "Both my compasses are out, and I am trying to find Fort Lauderdale, Florida. I am over land, but it's broken. I am sure I'm in the Keys, but I don't know how far down, and I don't know how to get to Fort Lauderdale." All 14 airmen involved in Flight 19 were never seen or heard from again. But these 14 men wouldn't be the only men to vanish into thin air. On the 5th of December 1945, TBM-5 Bureau took off from Florida, carrying a crew of 13 rescue personnel. The plane called in a routine message. A few minutes later, it disappeared off the radar entirely. Within around 20 minutes of takeoff that night, a merchant ship off the coast of Fort Lauderdale reported seeing a burst of flame shortly before passing through an oil slick in the same vicinity. The missing PBM had dropped off the radar. SS Marine Sulphur Queen was T-to-tanker converted to carry molten sulfur. It is notable for its disappearance in 1963 near the southern coast of Florida, taking the lives of 39 crewmen. The 524-foot T-to-tanker was headed for Norfolk, but through a well-traveled shipping lane with 15,000 tons of molten sulfur. One routine communication came from the ship before it was noticed missing February 4th. On February 6th, the Sulphur Queen and its crew of 39 officially went missing. No distress calls had come from the tanker. The ship simply disappeared from radar between the Gulf of Mexico and the Atlantic Ocean, despite extensive search efforts by the United States Coast Guard and Navy. No wreckage or survivors were found. 2 weeks later, pieces of a raft, a life vest, and a broken or washed up on Florida beaches. Some speculated that the molten sulfur cargo could have ignited and caused a catastrophic explosion, sinking the ship. Others suggested that the ship might have succumbed to bad weather, encountering heavy seas that led to its sinking. Such a conclusion was not far-fetched, according to the article. Once, the Queen actually sailed into a New Jersey port with fires smoldering, unloaded her cargo, and sailed off again, still burning. This was our today's video. Hope you liked it. If you enjoyed the video, don't forget to like, subscribe and share. Until next time, stay curious and take care.